Welcome back to Alpacamade. It's great to see you again. This is a very different video today. I'm actually doing a back end so that you can see how this process works for me. I use Cyberlink's PowerDirector, and this is the full screen, even though you won't see it in full screen, but this is the full screen of how I set these little videos up. So I go to File, I open a project, I go to a directory that I have specified where I have pre-recorded project files. And now it's reading the project header and it's pre-populating my timeline of my story that I'm telling with all the things that I have set up to speed this process up. When you're creating videos, you can shoot a video on your phone, add a couple of titles, throw in a music clip, and upload it and be done with it. And a lot of people do it that way when they're live. You might be familiar with Unirock if you are a gamer. He's got quite the setup, but I am not that talented. My skills are not nearly where his are, so I do something a little different. And we're actually looking at the back end when we want to look at the front end here. So let's do this. And you can see I have images, and I have a song. A couple days ago I used the cheesy Gaiety in the Golden Age. We're going to replace that with something else. I have my welcome message here, and I have the black desk you've seen, the window scene you've seen, the service value here at the end of the subscribe, fade from subscribe to subscribe with the little bell. You're going to see exactly how I do this. So let's get rid of the silly song in the front, because that was just, for one day. And let's find a different song. Now this is queued up to my music directory, and we're going to use the same song we used for the last video. We're going to take this out. We're not going to delete it. We're just going to remove it from the library. So here we go. And I'm going to go to this, which is my sound, my volume actually, and I'm going to bring it down a little bit. I'm going to play it. Welcome back to Alpacamade. It's great to see you again. Now I've got a little issue there. I don't understand exactly why it's hanging up, but it has something to do with text files. Text files seem to really bog this program down, and you know that I use text files a lot, but we're working on the intro. So I'm going to drop the volume down, going to stop it again, drop it down again, so you'll be able to hear me talking better than if I left this at full volume. Going to drop it again. Let's scoot that back to a quiet place right there so the drop isn't as noticeable. It'll be noticeable, but not that noticeable. And let's catch that last note in that musical phrase and drop it down again. And let's scoot that back, because we're almost at where you guys can't hear it anymore. So we'll drop it down to where you almost can't hear it. And I'm going to cut this right here. I'm going to take this out of the timeline. And I'm going to leave the gap, and you'll see why in a minute. Now I'm going to go back to this very end right here. Click on this. So this is the highlighted, and I'm going to click this button, which fades it out automatically. So let's hear that. Let's hear how I do the intro so we can hear the finished product. And while we're listening, well, no, one thing at a time. All right, let's listen. Welcome back to Alpacamade. It's great to see you again. There we go. We'll stop that. Now I'm going to save this file. Save project as, and I'll just bet you I haven't made a new directory, because this is how, and I haven't. So let's make a new directory. I should know what the date is. So this is for May 25th, 05/025. And I'm going to take this and move it right into the quick launch so that all my saving, I'm going to take the last show out. All my saving, I could quickly save it here and not overwrite other files in other directories. So now I want to select this folder and I'm going to date this 20. Whoops. This is my pre-populated intro. It's just called A Clip Intro PDS. And PDS is the name of the file in PowerDirector, Cyberlink's PowerDirector. So this is 2020-05-25. So that will be for Monday morning. Save. Now what that does is it saves the work so far to where we've, all the things we've done, and then it does not overwrite my reusable intro. So now let's record a greeting, and I'm going to mute the clip, although you'll be able to hear it. I won't, because it really throws me off. I was not born to be a musician. So let's boost the recording volume to 76%, click record, and it will give me a countdown, which I add 3, 2, 1. Good morning, good morning. It is May 25th, 2020, and spring is definitely here. That is my clip. I'm going to edit that countdown out by going to the timeline and playing 3, 2, 1, and stopping. Let's move this just a hair so you don't get me taking in a breath. And this is how I cue myself. I'm going to remove and I'm going to fill the gap where this countdown is. Ta-da! Let's play it again. Welcome back to Alpacamade. It's great to see you again. Good morning, good morning. It is May 25th, 2020, and spring is definitely here. All right, so I'm going to save that again just because my laptop has been lagging. Now you can see it's already pre-populated in the correct directory. It's highlighted, and I'm just going to save it. And I'm going to tell it yes, because I've set up to ask me to confirm, do I want to save it? So I have that extra step to make sure I'm not overwriting the pre-recorded intro. And now we're going to skip all this and go to the end where you will see that I have a pre-recorded outro. I'm going to take this. This is the end of Gaiety in the Golden Age from a couple episodes ago. I'm going to remove it and leave the gap so that I leave my little bell here queued up exactly where it's supposed to happen in the outro. And I'll populate that with the end of the intro, the rest of the song that I used for the intro. So that's it. That's how I do my outro and intro, and then my recorded pieces go in the middle. So let's do that. You need to scroll down in my timeline and find where I stopped recording, right here. I could put a marker. I'll show you how to put a marker. Add timeline marker, and let's just call it clip. I don't usually do this. The markers, sometimes I use them, but most of the time I don't. We're going to get rid of this, the blackboard, we call it the blackboard, that we put over our floating window, and we're going to leave the gap because we want all that gap. Am I going to be able to find my spring shot? No, of course not. So rather than waste time, we'll just skip it and leave that window there. What I want to do is add the clip, and I was listening to a teaching from Heart Mountain Ministries, so I'll show you how I add that clip. I'm going to go back to import media files and find in my quick menu. Now this clip, I'm pretty sure I just let it go into the last one. Let's find out. Yep, there it is. Because I have a bad habit of not creating a fresh directory when I do these episodes. So here we go. Let's find a place in the timeline to drop this clip, and I'm going to move it. Here's where I stopped talking, so that's where I know that I move this clip, and it'll snap to that line right there. Now I can put a fancy transition in. Lately, where's my favorites? Lately, my transition has been page curl. Usually in the past, I have used the fade, but lately the page curl has become my favorite. So let's play the movie version and see what happens. And the audio is terrible, and I don't know why, except for you guys know that I have audio problems with this laptop. So this is my full desktop. You're seeing behind the scenes how I actually produce this with my time marker and so forth. So let's let it run. And I did not pick up his audio. So that's a little look behind the scenes. You can see that it's a pretty complex process. But what makes putting up pre-recorded clips much easier is if you create these components with static images like front screens and end screens. I hope that helped you out. God bless you. I hope you and yours are well. And I'll see you soon. Happy spring.